Bronco football, our style, our way, and our house.
Laces tie leather. Individual stars become the whole when joined as one in a carve an old soldier's face. In the eager fire that lights a young man's eyes.
Cordell Stewart has it, running for the end zone. It's a foot race.
Third straight time in a Super Bowl. Third straight time in a Super Bowl. Third straight time in a Super Bowl. Third straight time in a Super Bowl.
Too often, history can be contrary and cruel in how she handles the legacy. John Elway knows that. This, then, perhaps his last, best chance to write the final verse. At Three Rivers Stadium on a beautiful January day, the AFC Championship. The Wild Cards from the West, the Denver Broncos, and the Central Division champion Pittsburgh Steelers. We welcome you to Three Rivers Stadium. Big games, big names, big players, and what a wonderful contrasted quarterback.
Well, you have Cordell Stewart, the young quarterback, against John Elway, the older veteran.
Walk to walk, play Bronco football, will come out champs. Broncos on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Broncos!
And he hopes it won't bother him as much as last week. With the Steelers all day today is John Dockery. Doc.
Thank you. The toss. Defend the goal to our left. Vaughn Hebron is deep as veteran Norm Johnson tees it up. And what a moment this is, just before 60 minutes that will decide the Super Bowl. This crowd with its terrible towels, ready to cheer Bill Cowher, hoping for another Super Bowl chance. Repeating the glory years of the 70s in this city when Pittsburgh won 4 Super Bowl titles. We're underway. Hebron at the 8. 30 and out to the 32, 33-yard line. And that's where John Elway will start on offense. Elway 3-1 in AFC championship games, but a loser all 3 times in the Super Bowl. Here's his offensive line that features a Pro Bowl center in Tom Nalen, the only man under 30 in that light offensive line. In the backfield with him, Terrell Davis, number 2 in the league. Severi Sanders in rushing, Griffith the blocker, Smith, McCaffrey the wide receivers, Shannon Sharp the leading receiver on the season with 72. Elway batted down at the line of scrimmage. May have been Nolan Harrison, the former Oakland Raider.
Nolan Harrison, number 74. Watch, he just times it perfectly. He sees Elway, he knows he can't get to him, Dick, so what you do is put your hand up.
Great free agent pickup by the Steelers, grabbing Nolan Harrison, who's developed as a real defensive charge for these Steelers. Many of the fans yet to take their seat on their feet. 2nd and 10. Elway guns the ball, intercepted by Levon Kirkland. Turnover on the 2nd play of the game. Kirkland, who had 2 interceptions in the regular season.
The Steeler defense, what they said, they're going to double team Shannon Sharp, Levon Kirkland on the inside, Chad Scott on the outside. Denver coming out aggressive, throwing the football. John Elway taking a chance, trying to complete a pass into tight coverage. Levon Kirkland, he's big, he's fast, and he's got good hands.
Oh, the Steelers with the first break in the game, and it comes early at the Denver 43-yard line. Young Cordell Stewart, his first year full-time quarterback. Slash, he doesn't mind being called that now. Sends the tight end Bruner in motion. Comes out throwing. Good protection. Down the middle and complete. Bruner, who caught only 18 passes all year. Rarely go to the tight end, this Pittsburgh offense, but on the first play they do, 16 yards.
You know, we talked to Tyrone Braxton yesterday, and we said, you know, this guy doesn't catch the ball very much. Do you forget about him? He said, we might have that tendency to forget about him, but we hope we don't.
Mark Bruner should be open down the middle some today because Denver's defense wants to take the wide receivers away from that offense with Pittsburgh because that's where they got hurt the last time they played 5 weeks ago.
Charles Johnson, the wide receiver, in motion. And the toss to Bettis. The bus is first carry, and he's inside the 25, a gain of 4. Ray Crockett at the left corner made the tackle, introduced the offense for the Steelers. 12-4 in the regular season with Jackson Wolford, the game's best center, many believed, Armani Dawson, Stye, and Strelzik. In the backfield with Stewart, Bettis, and the blockers Tim Lester, Yancey, Thigpen, a terrific year again for Pittsburgh. Charles Johnson, the other wideout, and you've already met Mark Bruner. 2nd and 6. Shannon Sharp, first 2 passes from Elway were aimed at his tight end. Second was picked off. They bring up 8, and Bettis hit at the line of scrimmage, still barrels forward to the 20-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and a short 3. Here's the defense in white for the Broncos. Neil Smith, the former chief, he goes to the Pro Bowl. Keith Traylor's had an outstanding year. Donavasa returns from injury, and Alfred Williams, the other end. Mobley, Aldridge, Romanowski, the backers. Crockett and Gordon. Gordon had a terrible day 5 weeks ago. They gave up 3 touchdowns to Thigpen, and Braxton and Atwater, the safeties. Fred McAfee into the lineup. No one in the backfield. Cordell Stewart backs up into the shotgun. Of course, a danger to throw or run. He fires incomplete. Courtney Hawkins, number 88, was the closest receiver. So on comes the field goal unit after the interception by Kirkland. The drive stalls inside the Denver 20.
That time, the Steelers, 5 wide receivers spread it out. Denver's defense took something out of the page of New England's defense last week. 3 down linemen, extra defensive backs. Want to force Cordell Stewart to throw the ball outside if they can.
Veteran Norm Johnson from 38 yards. Missed only 3 all season. And this one hooking, no good, wide to the left. And so the early opportunity for the Pittsburgh Steelers goes awry. 38-yard miss.
In any game, you cannot afford to do this. When you're getting scoring range, you've got to be able to score. This is all on the kicker. He just hooks it left.
No score early in the AFC Championship. Back, the Steelers unable to convert the 38-yard field goal. Elway in Denver takes over at the 28. Terrell Davis yet to carry. Here's his first. Off the left side and finds an opening. He's in the clear at the 45. He's at the 40 and is caught from behind and pulled out of bounds inside the Steeler 30-yard line by Carnell Lake and Darren Perry. An explosive run from Terrell Davis.
Well, the one thing Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator for the Steelers, did not want. He says last game we were disciplined. We played good defense. Everybody stayed in their gaps. We did not give up the big running plays to Terrell Davis. This one, it's simple blocking. Take the guy in front of you.
I'll tell you, Schlereth just knocked down Kirkland. I mean, put him flat on his back and opened the hole for Terrell Davis.
43 yards for Davis. His longest run in the first game was 7 yards. Again, Davis tries the middle of the Steeler defense and earns 2 or 3 hard-earned yards. Yeah, we had so much action early, unable to introduce the Steeler defense, so now's the time. Harrison Steed on the nose goes to the Pro Bowl. Kevin Henry, he had his moment at New England. Gilden Kirkland, Holmes, and Dante Jones for Greg Lloyd. Chad Scott, the rookie, at one corner. Carlisle Lake, the all-pro at the other. Perry and Bell. Myron Bell will be hawking Shannon Sharp. And there's Lloyd, tenacious defender and spirited leader. Been out with a staph infection. And 2nd down, Elway. Into the flat to Davis. Hit immediately at the 25-yard line. A gain of only 2.
All right, let's talk about the game plan for Denver. Offensively, Denver, catch the football. They're going to get players open, Phil, but they must protect John Elway. And the other thing is, be more patient with the running game.
That's right, Paul. And in the Pittsburgh defense, something they did last time these two teams played 5 weeks ago, they didn't give up big plays. Don't do that today. They think if they can make you drive down the field with their speed and athletic ability on defense, somebody somewhere in all those plays will stop the drive.
3rd down, a short 6. Sharp in motion. The throw complete to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey, the sure-handed wide receiver, has a first down at the 13. 11 on the play.
You know, at the beginning of the show, you said something about McCaffrey will go across the middle and catch the ball. Will he ever?
Well, that's what he'll do. He's 6'5". He's a good target, not afraid to reach up and catch it. And John Elway, he likes Ed McCaffrey was in there because he looks over the middle, takes advantage of his height, and anytime a defensive team blitzes, it leaves it open for Ed McCaffrey.
An all-Stanford combination, Elway to McCaffrey. First down. McCaffrey in motion. Davis again trying that left side and has some room inside the 10-yard line.
Nick, what they're doing on that left-hand side now, they may go back and do it the right too, but on the left-hand side, what they're doing is they're caving everything into the inside. And if you just look at it, watch the offensive line, they'll bring everybody down. Look at this.
Tony Jones and the other tackles, the right side pulls around and tries to lead Terrell Davis, Paul.
What I'm saying is the left side of that line just seals everything in, and you got people blocking in front.
6 yards for Davis, and they don't allow many rushing touchdowns here at Three Rivers. One in all those quarters over 70. That was by Davis, who gets the toss. He's at the 5. He is in the end zone. The Broncos score first.
Boy, did it get quiet in here.
Mile high salute. Terrell Davis produces quite a drive of his own. He had only 31 yards the first half last week at Kansas City. He has 59 yards today in the opening quarter.
Well, this is Denver's favorite running play. They toss the ball to Terrell Davis. You think it's going outside, but almost every single time, as soon as he sees daylight inside, he cuts it back up in there to get positive yards.
Mason Elam adds the extra point. It is 7-0 Broncos as they go 72 yards in 6 plays. The capper, 8 yards from Terrell Davis, who scored 15 rushing touchdowns in the regular season. Today, Elam with Blackwell and Coleman, the former Charger, deep. It's Blackwell, who played at San Diego State. He finds a crease, and he's out to the 35-yard line. Tackled by Keith Burns. Let's go back to the Denver score.
If you're playing linebacker, you see the ball tossed to the outside. Watch the linebackers for the Steelers overcommit. They see the pitch, they go running to the outside to make the play. Terrell Davis cuts it back on them. They run too far. That's why the hole is inside.
All right, Shannon Sharp gave up an interception. Watch Shannon Sharp on Jason Gilden, number 92. Look at this block. That's why Terrell Davis cuts back inside. He sees the block of 84, Shannon Sharp.
Out trailing 7-0. It's Cordell Stewart and the Steelers going to work. Jerome Bettis, former Notre Dame star, plows for 3, maybe 4 before Alfred Williams, and Ma'a Tanuvasa can make the tackle.
Denver Broncos, they were burned last time when these two teams played because they were all very aggressive. Watch this as the guy comes in motion. Watch the defense. Everybody coming up to the line of scrimmage. 10 people up near there to stop the running game by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Bettis now 3 carries, 10 yards. The defensive coordinator Greg Robinson of the Broncos are trying to stop Bettis first. They'll isolate those corners one-on-one as they did in the regular season game. Bettis with a bigger hole this time to the 42. It'll be 3rd down and 3. John Mobley, the second-year backer from Kutztown State here in Pennsylvania, made the tackle. And there's the bus, Jerome Bettis. And in the game, Week 15, won by the Steelers, he averaged 5.2, 125 yards after he was hit. He picked up 82 yards. That testimony to the power of this 250-pound runner who's out now. And again, Cordell Stewart with 5 wides, Fred McAfee being one of them, and no one in the backfield. 3rd and 3. Quick throw, complete, 1st down, and what a hit Darius Johnson puts on the receiver Courtney Hawkins.
Well, we know that, and both of these coaches told us they're going to have to deliver blows on defense. It has got to be an aggressive, hard-fought football game. And you watch this play by Darius Johnson. Watch this hit. Hawkins disappears. I mean, that's what they're looking for.
3 down linemen by the Denver Broncos. You can hear the hit. More speed, though, in the secondary. An extra defensive back so they can run and go to the ball when it's thrown and make those big hits.
Another third down pickup by Stewart with a pass at the 47, first down. Plenty of time. He throws long to the sidelines. Yancey Thigpen juggling, incomplete. He didn't do that in the game 5 weeks ago. He caught everything in his zone.
Well, it's a play-action fake. Cordell Stewart rolls to his right, gets that extra time to throw the ball. The reason why, they want to give Yancey Thigpen a chance for the double move. I think this is the best route he runs. They call it a Q route. He's going to the sideline, single covered, wide open, drops the pass.
You know what he said to us yesterday? When that ball's in the air, it's mine. I own it. And that's really rare to see him drop the football.
Working against Ray Crockett on that occasion, not Darian Gordon. On 2nd and 10. Down the middle. And open again is Thigpen, and he has the first down. Play.
Well, when you can run the football so well, you put people near the line of scrimmage. That means your wide receivers have single coverage. Ray Crockett on Yancey Thigpen. Perfect throw by Cordell Stewart. It's over the middle. He keeps it low, so the free safety for the Broncos can't come up and make a big hit on Yancey Thigpen.
Thigpen from Pine Tops, North Carolina, and Winston-Salem State. Leading the team in catches with 79, wearing John Stallworth's number 82. Stewart to run. Cordell Stewart is open. Stewart! Touchdown! The 25-year-old former Colorado star rushed during the regular season for 11 touchdowns, one shy of the NFL record by a quarterback, and he gallops 33 to make the home folks happy with that one. Johnson, who missed a makeable field goal for the extra point, and the game is tied.
Well, I had a chance to watch this play in practice the other day. Fake the screen to the left. What it is, it's a sweep right with the quarterback after you fake the screen to the left. Good blocking by Dermontti Dawson out in front. Cordell Stewart, the fastest quarterback in the National Football League, makes it happen.
He produces, has throughout his entire life, no matter when he's played, as a junior high school right through to now. His team goes to the playoffs, and Vaughn Hebron stacked up at the 20-yard line. We go back to the touchdown and 2 sensational blocks.
5 special plays every single game. We just saw one of them.
First down and stacked up as Davis for no gain at the 20-yard line. Earl Holmes led the charge.
How many times did we hear this yesterday on both sides of both teams, Denver and Pittsburgh? A hat on a hat. I mean, that's an expression everybody uses, but a hat on a hat. When you're seeing some of the blocks and some of the hits today, you're talking about hats now.
Well, when Chad Brown left the Steelers after last season to go to Seattle, Earl Holmes from Florida A&M replaced him and has been a solid player. The Steelers have been remarkable at filling the void of players that have gone to the free agency market. 2nd and 10, Davis again, that left side, only 2. This time, Levon Kirkland, the good Reverend Doctor, with a tackle.
Levon Kirkland, a true middle linebacker. He's big and he's very fast. He reads and reacts. Gary Zimmerman tried to go down low and cut him. He gets past that and gets up and makes the tackle.
Biggest starting linebacker in the league and a leader in tackles per game. He weighs 275.
And one thing he really does, like now, Dick, on 3rd down, he stays in. This is something he didn't do in the past.
Timeout Elway. 4:43 left in the opening quarter. The AFC Championship game is tied at 7. 7-7 here in Pittsburgh. The countdown to Super Bowl 32 is underway. You can follow all the action at superbowl.trip to San Diego. All at superbowl.com, powered by IBM. 3rd and 9 for Elway. scrimmage incomplete, and the flag is down. Referee today, Ron Blum.
Offside, Pittsburgh.
So Elway and the Broncos will get another chance. 3rd down and about 3.5.
Well, sometimes you're on defense and you're trying to blitz, put pressure on the quarterback. You don't time it just perfectly.
Offside, 30 defense, wind up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, rookie 3rd down.
Chad Scott,
the rookie cornerback.
He just lines up offsides, Chad.
Second tip pass. Elway today. Looked like Darren Perry might have gotten a piece of it. Or it slipped out of Elway's hands. 3rd down. Blitz. Elway able to shake free and run. The old man can still move, and he dives to a 1st down at the 35. And he needed that dive. Yardsticks were about the 31.5.
Shannon Sharp is in the backfield to protect John Elway. They notice they don't need him. He comes in motion, comes outside, but the Steelers, Chris Odom, number 24, comes on the blitz. Nobody there to pick him up. John Elway, I said earlier, I don't think he can run for those 1st downs anymore. Well, he can't. He just makes it look a lot harder.
He does. He's struggling. He's 37 years old. But the thing about Oldham, you have to, when you blitz like that from the outside, you have to be controlled. You got to be under control and get to the quarterback.
Elway and Stewart, 2 of the active quarterbacks. In fact, the 4 quarterbacks that remain can run. Shannon Sharp in traffic holds it in for a 1st down at the 50. His first catch worth 13 yards.
Shannon Sharp was lined up on the line of scrimmage next to the tackle. He splits out the last second. Why do they do that? To give him a little room. The one thing he does well, he's a big tight end. Give him some room. John Elway, Shannon Sharp uses his big body, able to catch the ball.
Led the team with 72 catches, but only 1 against Pittsburgh, and he had 3 critical drops in that loss. 7-7. 1st down at the 50. Elway's plenty of time. Open man over the middle is Rod Smith. He has his first catch. And Smith, who had 2 touchdown receptions against the Steelers earlier, 1st down at the 32.
The Steelers come on a blitz. Look at the line of scrimmage. People coming. Look at the protection. John Elway. Plenty of time. Nobody in front of him. This enables him to look down the field. Find Rod Smith wide open across the field.
2.7 seconds. What is good for the quarterback?
Well, 2.7 is pretty good on a drop like that, but the big thing there was, Dick, it probably takes somewhere around 3, but nobody got close to it, enabled him to look down the field and see the receiver.
Terrell Davis smashed at the line of scrimmage. Joel Steed got his 310 pounds in there. They're saying fumble the Steelers, but no word yet officially. And I believe they're ruling whistle had blown the play dead. No, Steelers recover. No signal till then.
There is a reason why Joel Steed, number 93, is going to the Pro Bowl, and everyone on this team is very happy for it. And Bill Cowher said we were going to have to stick some people. Take a look at this run. Here comes Terrell Davis, and Joel Steed meets him head-to-head. The ball is out. It's an excellent call by the officials. That is a fumble.
And Bill Cowher, the spirited 40-year-old head coach of the Steelers, the emotional sidelines presence.
Well, it doesn't take a lot to get him fired up, so a fumble, you know, he's going to go crazy over something like that.
He was fired up at breakfast yesterday. Stewart. Long throw downfield for Thigpen, almost intercepted by Tyrone Braxton.
You know, Dick, this play right here is a classic example of what Bill Cowher told us yesterday. The 3 things that can happen when you throw the ball up in the air. 1, it could be just dropped, incomplete pass. 2, it can be intercepted. Or 3,
pass interference.
Pass interference. And Dancy Thigpen that time just went after the ball.
Well, the Denver Broncos in the perfect coverage. Not a smart throw by Cordell Stewart. Very lucky. It looked like Tyrone Braxton just mistimed his jump, and the sun was a factor too why he did intercept the pass.
Tim Luster, the blocker in motion with Bettis behind Stewart. Stewart, the quick throw. Incomplete to tight end Bruner. He was open. open, a little too tall. So Cordell Stewart now 3 for 7 passing, 41 yards, but the big play, the 33-yard run for touchdown by Cordell.
I mean, they're doing very well, but the thing that's so surprising to me is Jerome Bettis is in that backfield, and he's the 3rd leading rusher in the National Football League. Had 120-some yards the game before, and I know they're going to get. They're patient. They're going to get to him.
I know they're going to get to him. They're trying to take advantage of the defense right now. If you've noticed, when Pittsburgh's throwing the ball, there's been some wide open receivers down the field. They're going to make them change defenses before they start running Jerome.
Denver with the best 3rd down defense in the league. 3rd and 10, shotgun Cordell. The throw downfield. First down at the 49 by Yancey Thigpen. Atwater made the hit. 18 on the play.
Dick, anytime there's a blitz, you get time to throw it down the field. Look, 2 people coming from the backside. Watch Pittsburgh's offensive line in the backs. Excellent job of picking it up. Gives Cordell time to throw it down the field. He anticipates the throw. He throws it nice and soft to that open spot in the middle. Yancey Thigpen, he knows he's going to take a big hit because the ball's hanging in the air. Catches it with his body with both hands.
And credit Brendan Stye, 68, with a block that freed Stewart for the throw. Bettis hit in the backfield, no gain. Bill Romanowski, the veteran linebacker from Boston College, made the stop. William Laird Cower, his middle name from his father, Laird, and there he is. Recognize that chin and jaw.
I wonder where he got the chin.
He said he's going to take on Jay Leno sometime.
You know, it's really funny. So when his father, when he did something was wrong and he knew he was going to get punished for it, he said, you asked him, did your father stick his chin out? He said, I never looked at him.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know. I can't tell you that.
Credits his dad for saying, if you're going to try something, you never quit. Stewart rolling right, then back left. Now forced to throw, and it's almost intercepted by Atwater. Flag is down in the Denver secondary.
Could be on Ray Crockett. What happens is the receiver changed his route, moved a different way, caught him by surprise, and he reached out.
Alfred Williams, the man pressuring Cordell Stewart. Illegal chuck against the Broncos. That'll carry a first down for Pittsburgh.
Julio Contra, number 39 defense, 5 yards, first down.
The pass coverage was perfect. Nobody's open down the field. The Steelers not fooled by the play-action pass. Ray Crockett in good position. Just puts his hands up on the receiver way too long. Yancey Thigpen, the throw is behind. He makes the adjustment to go back for it, but the penalty occurred before that.
You know, I don't like that play because the offensive man is going into the defensive man, and he's got to get on him. The only problem he has, he puts his hands on him, and that's what costs him.
First down at the Denver 45. To the 31. Tyrone Braxton made the tackle. 14 yards, Bettis' longest run.
Well, Denver has the perfect defense to stop this run. The problem is you got to tackle the big man. Darian Gordon, number 23, at the end of the line of scrimmage, unblocked, but that's just not a good matchup.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you what he's trying to do. Gordon is Charles Johnson's going to get a block here on Atwater, but look at Gordon. What he tries to do is block him down. You can't block him down. You got to get your arms around him.
First down. 7-7 tie. Final seconds, opening quarter. Toss to Bettis. And the big man gets about 5 yards before Alan Aldridge, the middle linebacker, can make the tackle, and that's the end of a very entertaining opening quarter here in Pittsburgh, the AFC Championship game. The Broncos scored first. The Steelers have the Pathfinder, Paul McGuire. First down for second down and 6 for the Steelers as we go to the first play of the second quarter, and Stewart batted around incomplete. Tyrone Braxton had the best shot at the ball. Yancey Thigpen complains that he was a bit overcrowded.
Neil Smith did not take the fake to the other side. Neil Smith coming upfield, defensive end. Look at Justin Strzelczyk, pushes him to the inside. Now he reads Cordell Stewart, gets there, a little late, but gets there.
And good, he did not go for the fake, and Cordell Stewart twice now thrown into double coverage. Lucky both times the ball was not intercepted.
It's a nice play though by Tyrone Braxton. He tried to knock the ball back to Ray Crockett.
Third down and 6. the shotgun. Little flanker screen to Courtney Hawkins, who battles for a first down to the 20-yard line. Needed 6, they got 7.
The Pittsburgh Steelers on third downs do more little, I don't want to call them trick plays, different plays. Courtney Hawkins coming in motion, number 88. Fakes going down the field, comes up, good block outside by Will Wolford, springs him down the field. Then he runs tough to pick up the first down.
The amazing part about this whole thing is the offensive line, how they got in position to make all the blocks they had to make, because there were linemen downfield. They were not receivers.
Hawkins, like his cousin Andre Rison, went to Michigan State. First down to the 20. Bettis. Start 5, 6, 7 yards on the play. Atwater, the tackler. They can't stop me, says Jerome. 39 yards today in this opening half.
Well, Tim Lester, number 34, and Jerome Bettis, you always see these two together. Watch 34. He goes inside. He's just trying to get a block. He's just trying to seal it so that Bettis can get outside. He just follows him wherever he goes.
That's right. Well, all the time, not just on the football field. Yesterday, they walk around like they're united at the hip. Tim Lester, he's the lead blocker. Love Jerome Bettis.
We're together with the Rams. Cordell Stewart, incomplete. And a flag is down, roughing the passer, Alfred Williams.
I'll tell you, you really do. You see a rare missed block by Tim Lester on Alfred Williams. He misses Alfred Williams, and Alfred Williams gets a clean shot at Cordell. Let the ball go. You're going to see number 34. He comes to the right of the screen, and he misses Alfred Williams, and then there's the penalty, just drilling him into the ground.
Writing him down, I think, is where the flag finally was thrown. It wasn't the late hit. It was the fact that he
stayed on top, took him down on the ground, something you're not allowed to do, Dick. You're not allowed to take your body weight as a defender and push the quarterback down and fall on him in that fashion. That could be one of the reasons why they called it.
First and goal, just inside the 7. Tied at 7. Bettis hitting the backfield, breaks loose. Drives to the 1. They had him for a loss. Neil Smith saved the touchdown.
When you talk about just making plays, you can't always block them. They can't be designed perfectly. This time, Jerome Bettis running to his left. Look at the penetration up the field. Alfred Williams misses him. Tyrone Braxton tries to force it back inside, but he's such a big running back with good feet. Hard to bring him down.
He really is. And Tyrone Braxton really did a great job by just forcing Bettis back inside to where all the white shirts were.
Bettis, who is the 3rd leading rusher in the league, scored 7 rushing touchdowns. Second and goal. Bettis. Touchdown, Steelers. The drive that started when Darren Perry and Joel Steed forced the fumble of Terrell Davis at the Pittsburgh 32. And they go 68 yards and 11 plays with Bettis, the capper, from 1 yard out. Norm Johnson's try for point, and the Steelers lead it 14-7. A man of limited talent, but great spirit and drive. Vaughn Hebron out to the 30-yard line as the Broncos now trail 14-7. We go to Jim Gray.
All right, Dick, during that timeout, Mike Shanahan waved for referee Ron Blum to come over. Shanahan very upset with the Alfred Williams roughing the passer with Cordell Stewart. He said, you can't make a call in a game like this, like that, Ron. You know much better than that. Let the players decide the game. Raise your level to the game that's going on out there. Dick?
All right, Blum
giving him
taking the scolding.
That'll put it there.
Yeah.
Broncos with 2 turnovers. One denying them a score, and the Steelers then driving 68 yards for the go-ahead score themselves. Elway hits his man Rod Smith, who in turn is tackled by rookie Chad Scott, who is the #1 pick of the Steelers from the University of Maryland and is seeing more duty as the season progressed.
Phil, let's just go back to the touchdown, the Bettis touchdown, the 2 plays.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. I mean, they just went down and gave it to the guy that can score.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you were talking about it earlier. The Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line and this Denver line, not big offensive lines when you look at them from around the league. But you know what they do? They move very well. They're athletic, and that's why their running games, I think, are so good and two of the best in the league. All the diversity they can use because of the runners on the offensive line.
Measure to see, and indeed Smith picking up the 10 yards for the first down.
And the other thing about this game, these two teams just played 5 weeks ago. A lot of times that makes you think, well, let's be a little more careful the second time around because this didn't work and that didn't work. Today, offensively and defensively, they're both trying everything.
Well,
they're not afraid.
We talked to both coaches too and asked them, you know, Dick, was you doing anything different? They said, really, no. We're just, I mean, we know what we can do. We just got to go out and execute and do it.
Elway with a first down. He's 5 for 7, 54 yards in this opening half. Terrell Davis shoots through a hole and squeezes to the 46, a gain of 6. Terrell Davis. Now, what does the star running back, number 2 in the league the last 2 years, to Barry Sanders, what does he do the night before a game?
Eats nails.
No.
Sleeps.
No.
What?
One more guess. No.
No, what's he do?
Doesn't do that either. He takes a bubble bath. What does any running back do?
Are you serious?
He says that a nice warm bath, better than the shower, really gets those muscles relaxed, gets them ready for the game.
Well, it's working.
2nd and 4. Hebron with Davis going out for a play is to the 48, short of the first down by 2. Terrell Davis, who's had his problems with asthma. We've seen that attack a year ago. It looks like he was poked in that right eye, playing with a bad shoulder. He was injured in San Francisco, missed some duty, and then the rib injury against Jacksonville. Migraine headaches last year. They took him out of a game in San Diego. He stays out, and Elway, against this crowd having to motion hand signals, shotgun 3rd and 2. The throw complete to Hebron, and Hebron, who was flanked out, has a first down at the Pittsburgh 43. Myron Bell the hit.
Well, this looks like an awful tough situation to put Von Hebron in. You split him out as a wide receiver, then you make him go down the field, come underneath the coverage, and catch a tough ball up and away from him. But it's a pretty good throw by John Elway. That tells me Von Hebron must be a good receiver.
And they got the matchup they wanted. Kirkland 99, the big linebacker on the running back.
But Hebron doesn't like that matchup. He's 5'8" and 192, and Kirkland's the biggest backer in the NFL. First down, Elway off his back foot, incomplete. He had to get rid of it, looking for Rod Smith. Carnell Lake covering.
You know, you've talked about so many times about pick up the blitz. I mean, Elway had time. This offensive line and backs picked up the blitz.
They do a terrific job. Levon Kirkland on the blitz. Elway must see him. He's picked up. He rushes the throw just a little bit, leaves the receiver too much.
Levon Kirkland has played as big as his stature today. Second down and 10. Elway gets away and throws incomplete. No flag. He had Hebron there. And Dante Jones could taste the sack.
Boy, you want to talk about experience as a quarterback and where it pays off in a game. John Elway, Dante Jones is going to really knock him. Nobody touches Jones, 54. Look at this. He comes in. Watch what Elway does. Not only gets rid of him, gets the ball out, and then throws it at a receiver. Well, save the sack.
It helps to have a lot of ability. That's what John Elway has in the great ball. Terrific play on his part to keep it now 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 18.
Deep, complete. A leaping catch by Rod Smith, who starred in the game against Pittsburgh 5 weeks ago. He had 70 catches as he emerged as a solid receiver out of Missouri Southern. 18 on the play.
Protection, that's what starts it. Gives Rod Smith a chance to go deep down the field. John Elway throws it high to make sure the ball's not hit by underneath coverage. And Rod Smith, these receivers They know it's going to be physical inside. They go up, catch it with their body when they can.
Did you see that shot, Dick, with Elway? All you see is Elway. You don't see any black shirts. The lane was open for him to throw.
3 catches for Smith. First down, trailing 14-7. Hebron with Terrell Davis still on the sidelines. Tripped up after a yard or two at the 25-yard line to give him a yard.
Well, Terrell Davis not being in there, you know that it has to change the play calls for the Denver Broncos. And the running game there, first down, you run the draw. You try to be deceptive with it instead of just lining up and running Terrell Davis at you.
Terrell Davis had only 75 yards, one of the rare times held under 100 all season long in that first game. And a big opening quarter, but now sideline, poked in the eye. 2nd and 10. Elway, play action, steps up, throws to the end zone for Sharp, incomplete. Levon Kirkland, and look at the mobility of this big linebacker covering the tight end all the way to the end zone.
Well, the weaknesses of a defense when the safeties go outside and try to double cover the wide receivers is down the middle. Levon Kirkland, 99. When that happens, you have the tight end down the field by yourself. He's in better position to catch the ball than Shannon Sharp that time.
Well, you know what that is? When you watch Levon Kirkland take off, Dick, what he did is he takes the shortest distance. I mean, he really is a great defensive player because he gets himself in a position that he can't cover.
He knew the pass coverage. He knew that's where the weakness was. Paul, good point. He's looking for it down the middle.
So 3rd and 10. Elway throws it away. McCaffrey was the closest receiver. Elway ran out of time thanks to Kevin Henry and Jason Gilden applying the pressure.
Well, a good job by the offensive line. Let's look at how long John Elway has to throw. Good pocket, looks down the field, nobody open. Over almost 3.5 seconds, plenty of time. 2.7 to 3 is excellent. So good job by the offensive line of the Denver Broncos.
43-yard attempt by Jason Elam, who was 26 for 36 during the season. 53 is longest. He drives it. Good. And the Broncos settle for 3. It's 14 to 10. 8 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the opening half here in Pittsburgh. The winner to the Super Bowl, the Steelers, a 4-point lead. Andre Coleman deep. Blackwell with a 97-yard kickoff return for touchdown against the Ravens. He's got it. And is tackled just across the 30-yard line. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Dick. Well, Terrell Davis is being examined right now. He has a laceration over his right eye. As you can see right here, he was poked in the eye on this play. He's been over on the bench with Steve Antonopoulos. He's having a little bit of a vision problem. He got up, however, with Gary Kubiak and Alex Gibbs, who are coaches for the Broncos, so it looks as though he should be able to return to the game. Dick?
All right, thank you, Jim. Well, the Steelers missed a field goal on their first possession and then have scored on their last 2, so they have moved the ball effectively.
Well, Denver's got to find a way defensively to just slow this team down.
8 minutes, 11 seconds left in this opening half. Stewart. Screen. Complete to Bettis. Bettis tackled at the 33-yard line. A gain of 3. Romanowski, Aldridge, and Traylor in on the stop.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are trying everything to take advantage of a Denver defense that I would consider that likes to run and is fast. So they're faking, doing a lot of motion one way, throwing back and running away from the original way they start.
You're really using that talent of Stewart, always a threat to run, to roll, then stop, roll back the other way.
Hey,
a little half roll.
If he rolls left, I'd run left. I'd try.
Charles Johnson in motion. He's the man who blocked that water so well in game 1. Oh, down the middle it goes to Thick Pen, and he can't hold on to this one. Leaped as high as he could at the 49-yard line of the Broncos. Atwater and Crockett had him sandwiched.
This is the classic example of Anthony Thigpen saying, whenever the ball's in the air, it's mine. Watch how he grabs this ball, and then he tries to bring it in. He's going up, it's mine. Now I can't bring it in. He brings it right down to the ground.
His idol as a kid was the Steeler great Lynn Swann, but he wears another Steeler great, 82, John Stallworth's number. And in fact, both of those men, Swann and Stallworth, are in the final 15 for the balloting for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It will be announced just before the Super Bowl. Stewart Blitz on, throws incomplete. Glenn Cadrez was the man blitzing. Courtney Hawkins defended by Steve Atwater.
Well, this is the first punt for Pittsburgh.
On comes the somewhat maligned kicker, Josh Miller. Cowher has his own feelings. In fact, has said he has a love-hate relationship with this young man.
Yeah, he loves it when he kicks good, and he hates it when he kicks bad.
That works.
I like that.
He's had some really disappointing punts, to put it mildly, and then against New England came up with 2 big kicks late in the game. He's from Arizona. Back is Darian Gordon, who returned 3 for touchdowns during the regular season. Hangs it high. Gordon fumbles the ball, and it's recovered, or is it? Yes, by Denver at the 25-yard line. Ray Crockett was the man on the spot for Denver.
This is what happens to you when you take your eye off the ball. You're looking to run. The ball hits him in the face. I mean, I'm sorry, he didn't take his eye off the ball. The ball hit him in the eye, so he wasn't looking at it.
Watch him, Paul. You can see just at the last second, he's trying to see the defenders coming down the field. Misses the ball.
Steelers lead at 14-10, midpoint second quarter. After the recovered fumbled on the kick. Stuff in the backfield as Terrell Davis back in the lineup, and Myron Bell on a blitz runs right into the play.
Well, you got to time these blitzes perfectly for him to really work. In Myron Bell, he's watching John Elway. He times the snap count perfectly, comes between the gaps. Nobody can block him, makes the tackle in the backfield.
You know, people really don't realize how hard this is for a defensive back. When you're blitzing, you're thinking quarterback, and then all of a sudden you have to adjust your route when you see the ball being handed out by the runner. That is a great play by Bell.
Davis doesn't often get stuffed for a 4-yard loss. Second and 14, Elway. Pick up the blitz, and it blocked, and it may have almost intercepted as the ball again. Nolan Harrison has his second block of this first half and almost deflected it into the arms of his teammate.
You've got to realize how good a defensive play this is. This is the second time Nolan Harrison. Look at he's being double teamed, and he just sees it the last second. I got to get my hand up, and he does. Knocks it down. Yeah, you're the man.
Harrison, who played at Indiana, was a 6th-round pick of the Raiders 6 years ago. 3rd and 14, and the crowd volume turned up for Elway. Elway, 1 for the last 6. Throws to the sideline, and a flag down. 2 of them down, and interference is going to be called against the Steelers. If the ball had been caught, it would not have been enough for a first down. So this is a big call. Should it be interference against the Steelers?
Carnell Lake definitely had his hands on the receiver on the outside.
And there is another flag on the far side of the field, so this will have to be sorted out.
Offsetting.
Well, you can see, read the lips of Blum, he said offsetting.
Illegal formation, 77 offense was not lined up on the line of scrimmage. Pass interference, 27 defense. Those penalties offset. Repeat 3rd down.
Well, the Steelers dodged the bullet and the negating penalties.
You know, the last game when these guys played, you talk about 11 drops. Well, here is the pass interference penalty. I'll get back to this in a second.
Right hand goes around.
Well, that was really close. I mean,
Tony Jones, the right tackle. What happens? You got to have your foot. You can put that right foot back in the backfield, but that right tackle's got to be the belt of your center.
3rd and 14, and Elway can't get rid of it. The sack to Bell. Boo Bell, who grew up as a kid in Toledo, Ohio, with a dream that he would wear the black and gold of the Pittsburgh Steelers, had Pittsburgh drapes, Steeler blankets, Steeler jerseys, and now plays into his...
From the outside, there's nobody there to block him. John Elway, he's looking down the field trying to pick up the first down. The Steelers just bring more people than the Denver Broncos have to block them.
Tom Rowan's first punt from his goal line. He takes the snap, drives a spiral into the sunlight to Blackwell inside the 40. Gets a couple of blocks. Has some room now. And finally chipped it from behind by Carlos Emmons. at the 44-yard line. Make it John Mobley with the tackle. A flag is down. 48-yard punt, 19 on the return. Penalty against Denver. Face mask.
Well, that's decline.
Well, they'll just tack it on from a spot where the return man was tackled if it is a personal foul.
I don't want you coaching my team if you're going to decline that call.
Now, wait a minute now. Is this, you're talking about if it's if it was before the play, then well, you're jumping on me. You turn
I'm not jumping on
you. Get to the championship game and start turning on me, man.
No, you know me.
wait a minute.
Personal foul, 15-yard plate mask penalty, number 89 to the kicking team. That penalty is declined. First down, Pittsburgh.
Dwyer's right again. Is he ever wrong? I don't think so. We have a timeout. 5:32 left of the half. He's probably tough enough to do it. That was moments ago.
I would think so.
Return by Blackwell of 19 yards, and the Steelers with a 4-point lead. First down at the 44 Denver. Flags are down, and incomplete the throw by Stewart to Thigpen.
Snap count.
Mike Lodish kind of leaned forward.
Yep, the snap count by Cordell Stewart. Got the defensive lineman.
Well, Keith Traylor was telling us that Cordell Stewart does have a good hard count.
Offside, 97 defense. 5 yards, repeat first down.
Dick, before we're trying to make a point. Well, we're going to listen to the snap count. That was just regular old snap count.
Yeah, that was. He's just trying to be greedy, get there quick. It's not a John Elway snap count.
First and 5, and Bettis buries tacklers inside the 35, close to a first down. Alfred Williams on top of the ball carrier.
I was trying to make a point before I'm going to finish it. The Broncos in the last game, 11 drop passes, Dick, and they found a way to lose that ball game. And in this ball game here, you look at it, trying to find a way to win. Well, they've already had an interception, they've had a fumble, and they almost fumbled the punt return. So they're going backwards again.
Well, the fumble punt return, that's their fault. The other two were created by the Pittsburgh Steelers. They were aggressive. That's the reason for the interception and the fumble.
Second and a short 2. Stewart looking for something big. Intercepted in the end zone by Steve Atwater. No, it was not Atwater, but Crockett. They both went up, and Crockett actually took it away from his teammate. But boy, did they have that covered, and you pointed it out, Phil. He's been flirting with trouble the whole half, throwing into double coverage.
The last time they scored on a touchdown drive, he threw twice into double coverage. This time, nobody open. Yancey Thigpen, he's kind of like the outlet receiver in case the defense really gambles and takes too many chances. Steve Atwater goes up for the interception. Ray Crockett takes it away from him. But look at the coverage on Yancey Thigpen. Both defenders in position to make the interception. Bad decision by Cordell Stewart when you're in scoring territory too.
Well, what's nice about Atwater, smart as he is, a veteran, gives the ball to Crockett. Didn't fight him, let him have it. You go ahead and take it.
Crockett, who's playing in his last year of the contract, had 4 interceptions in the regular season. That keeps the Broncos within 4 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the half. Elway shoots it over the middle to Rod Smith. First down, 13 on the play.
Well, that was an audible by John Elway. Just in case his receivers couldn't hear him, he made a hand signal to tell him what to do. Good protection. Rod Smith, a lot of times you think deep. When your defense is blitzing, Carnell Lake faked out. Rod Smith goes over the middle. There can't be anybody in the middle because they're blitzing. Watch John Elway. The crowd noise, it bothers him. So the receivers, they can't hear the audible. They see that signal. They know to change their routes.
Davis trying to thread his way, but just no opening. Earl Holmes made the stop after a yard gain. Rod Smith, who is leading all receivers in this first half for the Broncos with 4 catches. His nickname is Foots.
He's got 2 of them, 2 foots.
Well, no, because, well, the fact that he wears a 13 and a half for a wide receiver, that's good size Foots. And he delivered with the hands as well with 70 receptions this year. That'll get you some traction. 2nd and 9. Smith foots in motion. Elway. Chased by Kirkland, dumps it off to Griffith as fullback, and he has his first catch and a first down at the 45-yard line. Holmes made the tackle.
So many things to say. This Denver offensive line, when you blitz them or you try to put pressure on the quarterback, they're always in position to pick it up. And John Elway hasn't moved around a lot in the last 5 or 6 games for the Denver Broncos. That time, nobody opened down the field. He moves out. Good job by the offensive back getting out there and catching it.
Denver with the lightest offensive line, if you can call an average of 289 light, but in NFL terms, it is the smallest line in the league. But they're mobile. That's true of the Steelers as well. The throw downfield is Sharp, backpedaling with a catch and falling at the 35-yard line of Pittsburgh.
Oh, Dick, you know, Phil, you've been talking about this offensive line in the pickup. It's unbelievable.
It's a good job, Paul, picking up. And what happens when you pick it up? You give the receivers time to get down the field. It's a blitz by the Steelers. Shannon Sharp going down the seam. They're playing a little zone behind it. Look at that big open space. Elway anticipates, lead the receiver into it for the catch.
The thing about it is, Elway, there wasn't a guy within 5 yards of Elway, and that was a blitz. And you give him that much time, he's going to make it work.
Sharp, who led all tight ends in the league with catches this year, brings these teams to the 2-minute warning.
I put my arm out when I took a left. Put my arm right out the window.
Did your weight bring it down? That's what I want to know.
We kept going nose down a lot.
2 minutes left in the half. Denver trails Pittsburgh 14-10. Broncos first down at the 37. Elway. Incomplete. Rod Smith in the area, and a flag is down. Ed McCaffrey was the short man in the flat, and Rod Smith downfield. It looks as if we've got either holding or interference against the Steelers.
Holding is 5 yards. Interference, that's down there. That's interference. That's big. That puts the ball about the 16-yard line. 15.
Pass interference. 30 defense. First down, Denver.
Chad Scott.
That's right. I'm sorry. Chad Scott, a rookie. He knows he's always going to be tested deep because he's a rookie. He says they'll do this until I earn a reputation, but it's down the field. Put his hands on Rod Smith. Made him slip. The official standing right there sees it. That's why he throws the flag.
22-yard penalty. Ball at the 16. 1:54 left in the half. McCaffrey in motion. Elway to Howard Griffith, and the fullback is to the goal line. Touchdown! Howard Griffith, and how about this? Did not score a touchdown rushing or receiving all year. He's got one today in the playoffs.
I'd check those gloves. Damn gloves on, he check those hands. What great hands!
John Elway very excited about the play because he knows it's not a good throw by him. He throws it behind the receiver, Howard Griffith, out in the flat. It's a blitz by the Steelers. Sticks that left hand out, brings it right in.
Griffith had never scored on a touchdown pass. That's the 41st receiver in Elway's history to score. As Elam adds the extra point, and Denver reclaims the lead at 17-14.
John Elway, he's still excited about this throw because he knows it's not good. When your receiver bails you out, not only does he catch it, but he scores.
John Elway in the closing minutes of the first half, 4 for 4, 15 on the touchdown to Howard Griffith for the lead.
No, I am, but I had to cancel because I lost my one ball.
We're going to miss you. Elam sends Blackwell into the end zone, and the Steelers, who have all 3 timeouts remaining, will start at the 20. And recapping that go-ahead touchdown drive by the Broncos, it started after the interception in the end zone by Ray Crockett, and Elway needed only 5 plays to go the 80 yards for the touchdown in the lead.
And one other point about that catch by Howard Griffith out in the flat. I was telling Paul during the break, you know, as a quarterback, most of the time you throw those passes behind the back in the flat, they reach back with that left hand. Oh, and what do? They hit it up in the air, and it usually gets intercepted. Usually, only bad things can happen when you throw behind an offensive back in that situation.
And a rarely used receiver, Griffith makes a solid reception and the touchdown. Now Stewart and the Steelers go to work, and incomplete as Stewart really drilled by Tyrone Braxton. came through the safety blitz.
I'm sorry about the sound effects, but I knew it. Cordell Stewart is exposed, and Tyrone Braxton just hits him right in the chest.
Well, two blitzers come from this side. They can pick up one. The second one, Tyrone Braxton comes through. Cordell lucky it's not intercepted. And you know what happens? You're not expecting a blitz in this situation if you're a quarterback or the offense. The Broncos catch them by surprise.
Stewart, who has been slow in the first half this year, but torrid in the second half, is now 6 for 15. Second and 10, down the middle, open is Charles Johnson. Breaks a tackle, a flag is down as Johnson is hit at the 38.
Justin Strelzik, Dick, just ripped down Neil Smith. I mean, just ripped him down. It was a takedown. Justin Strelzik said, "Well, I'm shaking that. Why you don't get me? I didn't do anything." He didn't, huh? I mean, this was followed all the way.
Holding 73 offense, 10 yards. Repeat second down.
Strelzik, the bearded one from the University of Maine.
Well, this is truly a takedown. Here it comes. Right arm. Let me pull you down here. Hello. Oops.
You want to know what this NFL life will do to a handsome guy like Strelzik? I mean, that's a rookie. He had some looks, didn't he?
He's from Buffalo, New York now. Be careful.
Ball back at the 10, and on the draw, McAfee, and McAfee to the 22-yard line. He's been used sparingly this year. That's only 13 carries on the regular season and 41 yards for the former Mississippi College star.
Well, Denver would like to stop him on his third down pass or run or whatever it is. With their timeouts, they should get good field position, have a chance to move down, and at least get a chance to kick a field goal.
Third down and 8. Season-long run for McAfee, 12 yards. Look at the Broncos. They're showing a heavy blitz. Are they all coming? Yes, they are. And the throw into the flat incomplete to Hawkins as Stewart had no chance to find an open man.
Well, that's what happens. You get a third and long, Dick. You bring up all these guys on defense, and the Steelers have no chance of picking it up. They got to throw it quick. Randy Hill, your number 21, coming from the outside. Look, good job of the Steelers picking up most of them, but there's one free guy, makes him throw it before he wants.
So into punt formation goes Josh Miller. Last punt for 42, and Darian Gordon, who bobbled the last kick, is back at the Denver 37. With 55 seconds left, and the Broncos with 2 timeouts. Miller hits a good one. Spirals it deep to the 25. Gordon 30, 35, 40. And 45, 20 on the return for the former Stanford star. 51-yard punt. Well, the Broncos have a chance for more, leading 17-14. And a reminder, folks, tonight on day.
Back up that interview, I had tears in my eyes. I really did. Here he is. He stands up and walks up to the podium. That's incredible.
That was chilling. With 2 timeouts left, Elway throws it long. And Smith, and a flag down, and he was held by Carnell Lake, is going to be the call. At the 20-yard line.
Well, there's some contact with their hands down the field. But is it a penalty? It didn't look like one from up here.
Pass interference, 37 defense. First down, Denver.
Denver's got 37 seconds and 2 timeouts.
It's good coverage by Carnell Lake. The Broncos fake right to go deep left, and there's one of the reason why they called it contact down the field, impede the progress of the wide receiver.
If he doesn't stick that right arm out, Phil, they will never call it because they're just bumping. They're both turning for position.
34-yard penalty. First down at the 20 with 37 seconds left. Davis to the 10-yard line, and it appears to be another first down, and the Broncos spend their second timeout. 1 remains. They're at the 10. 27 seconds left. Broncos by 3. Coverage of one of the most fabled plays in sport. That's all coming up at halftime. First down at the 10. Elway into the flat to McCaffrey. He fights to the pylon. Did he get in? No. They're going to mark it at the 1 to 2 yard line. Myron Bell made the tackle. Clock stopped, 24 seconds.
You know what? The official can't make the call because he's being knocked down, so he doesn't know whether Ed McCaffrey gets the ball over before he goes out of bounds or not. This is a hard call because the official gets knocked down. He's looking down at the ground at the time, so he really can't tell.
Oh, that looked like it might have been a touchdown. It's marked at the inside the 1. 2nd and goal. Davis plows up the middle. No signal yet. They have stopped him apparently. Clock continues to run, so this is a burning time against the Broncos, and now the officials will call time. No, this is Denver's final timeout, so Davis stopped on 2nd and goal. What do you call now?
Well, it was a good job. Pittsburgh defense, you got to expect the ball. Hey, what are they going to do? They're going to hand the ball to Terrell Davis up the middle. They do a good job. Penetration by the defensive line. Stop Terrell Davis just short.
Well, on McCaffrey's play now, see the official in the background up there, Phil. Watch this guy. Now here's McCaffrey as he's looking down because he's looking at the player coming in. He's going to roll his legs up. McCaffrey,
his feet are in bounds.
Watch his feet. And he extends the ball over the goal line. That's a touchdown, folks.
He breaks the plane, no question about it.
Well, it was a perfect call for the Denver Broncos. They expected blitz. They got it. They got Ed McCaffrey going outside on a quick pass. Enables John Elway to get rid of it. Ed McCaffrey, 6'5", stretches. Looks what might be a touchdown, but Denver misses on that last run.
He may have had that knee down as he was stretching.
Yes.
So
But Dick, they're a yard short here. They can still run the football in halftime. What's 3rd down? They wouldn't have time to run the field goal team on.
Run it anyway.
If they were short.
16 seconds. Elway rolls through. Same play to McCaffrey, touchdown. Same play that got them to the 1, and McCaffrey wide open in front of Myron Bell. And what a final 2 minutes for John Elway and the Broncos as they have scored 2 touchdowns in the 2 minutes of the half.
Well, what you do, you're in this situation, get your quarterback away from trouble. If they blitz and you throw the ball to your biggest, most physical receiver, Ed McCaffrey, 6'5", can go down, push off a little if he has to, create some separation for the touchdown.
What a block by Howard Griffith. He's the guy that opened it up for Elway.
Jason Elam adds the extra point, and in 30 seconds, Elway and the Denver Broncos go 54 yards and claim a 24-14 lead. Fans of Montana or Young to Jerry Rice.
Howard Griffith gets a great block on Jason Gilden. Phil just circled him. Look at this block, and it enables Elway to see McCaffrey the whole way. What a great block.
Dick, you're right. This is the play you've seen so many times from different looks that the 49ers love to use. They started it. Mike Shanahan used it when he went out there, and we see it all the time from the Denver Broncos.
They just squibbed this one down to John Whitman, who returns to the 43-yard line. 9 seconds left, and time for Stewart to make a deep pass, perhaps an out of bounds, should Bill Cowher be so inclined. Down now by 10. Boy, Elway, those last 2 possessions, he goes 5 plays for 80 yards, 5 plays for 54 yards, and quickly snaps up 14 points.
What did Cowher tell us? He did this to me so many times. People don't realize how many times he was on the sidelines watching Elway beat him.
Well, when he was an assistant to Schottenheimer in Cleveland, this is the exact day, 11th year anniversary of the drive game. And then the next year, Elway beat Cleveland as well. And Schottenheimer's defensive assistant was Bill Cowher, because I felt the pain as much as anyone. Now Stewart, could be final play. He's good at this sort of thing. Just ask Michigan. It's batted around and finally intercepted. And out of bounds goes Tyrone Braxton. Braxton, who had 4 interceptions again this year, the veteran from North Dakota State, and that is the end of the first half. Went back and forth, Denver and Pittsburgh. The Steelers led 14-10 until the final 2 minutes when Elway took charge, and the Broncos with a pair of touchdowns enjoy the lead at halftime, 24-14.